Hello, children. A warm good morning to one and all. I hope everyone has been safe and you are following all kind of safety measures to avoid coronavirus. So, hoping today I'm welcoming to the today's session. So, in the last class, what all we have learned means in the last class we have learned about what are the classification of industries. In detail, we have learned. So, on what basis the industries are being divided in our country and how it has been learned. So each and every aspect as well as concept you have learned about classification of industries. So yesterday we have discussed about textile industry, how the textile industry they were uh, launching in our country, in which year it was being launched. So during the period of britishers only the textile industry came into existence in our country. So about the contribution of foreign exchange as well as gdp, everything we have got learned in the last class. So in today's class, moving further, we are studying about the cotton textile industry. Among those, that is agro based industry, first one is the cotton textile. So okay, you can see a pointer here. So, cotton textile industry, it was existed from the ancient period, and the textile and the cotton textile industry were made by the hand spinning. Okay, so it was made by the hand spinning. So after 18th century, the Britishers they established power looms machinery to make the cotton textile as well as clothes. So the first cotton mill was established in Mumbai 1854. So that was the first cotton textile industry which was been established in our country. But it set back during the colonial rule due to the non-competitiveness with the mill made by the cloth from the England. So many of the people they have started the cotton textile industry. They were having their own industries and the factories to make, but during the colonial period all kind of industries were been set back because they did not compete with the England cotton mills, because England cotton mills they were having the huge updated technology, that is power looms. With that one, they used to manufacture the clothes in a very few days as well as few minutes in a large quantity. But in a hand spinning it was taking a time, so due to that one, competitiveness was non-competitiveness was been there. So the cotton textile industry, whatever competition was been there, the domestic industries and the factories they set back. Only the England cotton textile industry were been they brightened there. So, as on November 30, 2011, there were 1946 cotton mill and handmade fiber textile mill in our country. So, before 2011, uh, sorry, on the 2011, when they did the survey in the year 1946, how many cotton mills were been there, textile mills were been there means nearly. Um, 1946 cotton mills were been there, and handmade fiber textile milk in our country was been there. So about 80% of these were been under the private sector, and rest all they were in the hands of public sector there, as well as cooperative sector. Apart from these, there are several thousands of small factories in a 4 to 10 looms. Okay, so in our country, when they did survey in the year 2011, nearly 1946 cotton textile mills were been there. So some were under the control of government, some were under the control of privators, and some were under the control of cooperative sector there. So as a result, some small scale industries were been there and large scale industries were been there in our country. So this is the brief introduction about cotton textile industry. So during the colonial period as well as in the early years, the cotton textile industry was been concentrated only in the belt of Maharashtra and the Gujarat. Only in that area, more and more cotton textile industries were been established. Do you know why? Why only these two, that is Maharashtra and the Gujarat, they concentrated in that area only, because Maharashtra and the Gujarat, they used to grow the raw cotton. Okay, the availability of raw material was been there in an abundance way, as well as market facilities were been good, transportation including accessible port facility. So you all know that where Maharashtra is situated as well as Gujarat is situated. So near the banks of sea. Okay, the coastal area is also there in the Maharashtra as well as Gujarat. So it will be very easy for the industrialist people to transport their cotton uh, garments from one country to another country. So it was an easy route for them. So that is why they concentrated only in the belt of Maharashtra and the Gujarat. So next one is the labor. Abundance of labor were been available in the Maharashtra and the Gujarat, and the climatic condition was been moist, and the contribution towards its localization. So these are the factors why they were concentrated only in that area. These are the main points during the period of uh, sorry, just I will highlight. You will come to know. I will use another color. Okay, so availability, market facility, transport, labor, and moist climate. For 3 marks, they may ask about why the cotton textile industry were being concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and the Gujarat. What are the reasons behind? For 3 marks, they may ask. So you should you should know about that one. Sorry. Okay, next one. Thus, the industry has a close link with the agriculture and provide a living farmers. Why they concentrated in those area means it was having a close link with the agriculture, because the raw cotton is done by the agriculture only, so it is an agro based industry. And also it was providing a support for the farmers also. Ball as well as pluckers and the workers engaged in the ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, tailoring, as well as the swing. So these are the uh, uh, in these firms, the industries were having a close link with the farmers as well as the workers, those who were engaging in this kind of activities to make a garment, as well as to make a thread, as well as to make a weaving, netting, everything. Okay, from each firm, the big industry was being concentrated, as well as it was having a link with ginning also, spinning also, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, for tailoring also, as well as for the sewing. So the industry by create the demand support of many other industries such as chemical, dyes, mill store, packaging materials, as well as engineering work. Even the demand, when the technology was been increased in the during the period of 18th to 20th century, so new kind of technology were been introduced. So with that also, the industry gave us support, as well as it created a job opportunities for the people there. People started using the chemicals, as well as some chemicals for preparing dyes, that is coloring for the clothes, mill store packaging materials, as well as for the engineering work. So while spinning continues to be centralized in the Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Tamil Nadu, so weaving is highly decentralized to provide a scope for incorporating trading skill and designs of weaving in the cotton. So silk, zari, embroidery, etc. India has a world-class production in the spinning, but weaving supply is very low quality. So that is one. They are not competing with the international market in the form of weaving there. Okay, so whatever designs we are doing, whatever dyes we are doing, it is having a number one quality. So with a silk, zari, as well as embroidery is having a good quality and quantity, uh, and it has been decentralized in some other part of the countries also. Okay, I have told while the spinning continues to be centralized in the Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. So India export the cotton into various countries. Okay, according to that one is yarn. So yarn is exported to the Japan, and second one is the raw cotton. So raw cotton will be exported in the countries like USA, UK, Russia, France, Eastern Europe countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. So in this area, as well as in these countries, our raw cotton will be circulated in the different parts of the world. So the yarn, it will be exported to the Japan there. So some problems are been there, even though the cotton textile industry has been there in our country, but some what we will tell, some problems are been arised. So what kind of problems then? Yes, the use of poor quality of yarn in our mills. So even till today, we are lacking behind to compete in the international market. So what are the reasons behind? What are the problems we are facing? Means the use of poor quality of yarn in our mill, tough competition in the world market. So in the world market, the people, each and every industries, they are competing in the global market. Means they are using the latest technology, as well as latest machines to manufacture the goods and services in the cotton textile, but still we are lacking behind because we are unable to use the high tech technology as well as high tech machinery to produce the clothes. Good quality of yarn is for export. Only good quality of yarn will be exported there. So power supply is erected. The power supply is not in an abundance way. Machinery to be got upgraded. I have told why. Because of tough competition and the low in output of labor. Whatever labors we are getting in a very low cost there. So that is why some of the problems are being arised. Even still we are lacking behind to compete in the world market. There is a tough competition between the uh, that is cotton textile industries in our country. So India is the second largest installed capacity of spindles in the world, with the 43.3 million spindles are been incorporated in our country in 2011 and 12 after China. So we have the large share in the world trade of the cotton yarn, accounting one fourth of the total trade. So, however, our trade garments is only 4% in the world. Our spinning mills are competitive at the global level. Only the spinning wheel, that is spindles, what we are using to make the yarn, that it is we are beating the international as well as world market in our country. The weaving, knitting, and the processing unit cannot use much high quality of yarn that produced in our country. So there are some of the modern factories in these segments, but most of this production is fragmented in the small unit, which cater to the local market. So this mismatch is the major drawback for that industry. So due to the some segments, they are not having latest technology. We are setting behind. We are set back in this kind of industry. So as a result, many of our spinners export the cotton of yarn from one country to another country. So yarn is sold rupees 85 per kg, and if it is sold in a trouser in a large quantity means 800 per kg. So value is added to the each and every stage, from the fiber to the yarn and the fiber to the garment. So each and every rupee will be added in this industry. Whatever quality quantity we are using, it will be gone adding in the garment industry there. So although we have made a significant increase in the production of good quality along staple cotton, so the need of import is still felt. The power supply and machinery needs to be upgraded, and 24 into 7 the power supply should be given to the each and every industries in our country to compete in the world market, because a tough competition is there if you want to if you want to compete with the global market means. So good machinery facility should be there, good quality labor should be there, as well as whatever materials we are using, that material should be in a good quality, not in a low quality there. So these are the some of the problems what we are facing. So the government as well as the industrialist people, they have to concentrate on that one and try to upgrade their industries to compete in the world market, because we are exporting a good quality of yarn to the other countries and the good quality of cotton, that is raw materials, we are exporting to the other countries. So instead of exporting, if we are producing a good quality of clothes in our country only means, then we will have a prosperous economic development in a country as well as in the cotton textile industries there. So this is all about cotton textile industry. For 5 marks they may ask the question, and also I have told about one map question will be there, so you have to concentrate on map question, in which area the okay. So some places will be asked, so that places I have already informed in the syllabus what I have sent to you people. Just go through the manufacturing industries, in that whatever cotton textile industries have been there, whatever places they have given, just to concentrate on that one. Maybe the Ahmedabad will be there, Mumbai will be there for you, Porbandar, as well as Vadra, Bangalore, Amritsar, Srinagar. So in this area, we will see the cotton textile industries are been there. Just go through the map, because for 3 to 4 marks, the map question will be there for you people. Okay. So shall we move further? So if you are having any doubt in the cotton textile industry, just put your question in the group so that I will try my level best to sort out your problem. Okay, and also the important I have told the map. From this lesson, 2 to 3 maps will be there, so you have to concentrate more on that one, and you have to answer it. Maybe they will give as a identification, maybe they will give as a to locate it. So you have to be ready each and every question what they will ask in the map. So try to work on the map, try to draw the India map, and try to do the marking the places, so it will be helpful for you people. So whatever places are being given for the examination point, I have already sent in the syllabus for you people, so just go through it. So, uh, in the next class, I'm going to discuss about the jute textile industry as well as sugar industry. So, these are the three agro-based industry which has been given for your syllabus. In detail, you have to study. So, I hope today's class you have understood about the cotton textile industry. If you are having any kind of doubt, just pin your question in the group so that I will try my level best to sort out your problem. So, signing out. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.